Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and today I am going to make another layout about our trip to Utah. I have these these were taken by, that we did at the Family Tree Center, but the only other pictures I have are the ones that we got 5x7s from the photographer at Deer Valley. So I don't necessarily want to use those yet, but I do think that rather than keeping them in this folder, I could keep them, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep them in this folder, and I'm going to put them in this drawer that I have in my desk for photos. I think I mentioned in one of my last videos that I need to revisit the way that I organize all of my photos. I've moved my scrapbook room, and so a lot of the pictures that I have are still in the old scrapbook room, so things just need to be updated. But that's for another day. Today, what I want to do is, this is a binder that I have for places, and I want to designate this as my all 50 states binder because we have this goal of seeing all 50 states before my daughter graduates from high school. So I made this layout a couple of years ago. Well, January 2002, so yes, a couple of years ago. We made the goal in 2011. And so I have some layouts in here, not a ton, but there's Georgia. What I'm going to do is try to put these in alphabetical order. Maine. These two are Maine layouts, and here's Tennessee. Now this isn't all the states. Like, we've also been to Georgia, Colorado. Thinking where else with my kids. North Carolina. So there's some states in here that are missing, but this is just the beginning of that album, and so I probably have layouts of those other states that just need to get into this album. But in the meantime, I wanted to. So I was listening to the Paper Clipping Roundtable, and I'll tell you which episode. It was episode 167, It's a Party Trick. And that is about, the topic of that paper clipping was using crutches, or using something that you do over and over again. And so Debbie Hodge also has a class coming out soon, or might already be out. It's called Style is Leverage, and I think that I'm somebody who doesn't have a particular style. I really like to mix it up a lot. But the thesis of that class is basically like, take what you do and then do it over and over again. So I'm going to take this layout here, that's just a simple grid layout, and it has machine stitching on it. And just because of time today, I'm not going to do the machine stitching. I'm going to do a trick that I learned from Sue Althouse with twine that's going to accomplish just about the same thing. And I'm going to make a layout from the brochures from my recent trip to Utah. So I don't have any photographs yet, but I'm going to leave some of the spaces for photographs. And you know that I just did that, like on a different layout, but this layout is hopefully going to turn out a little bit differently. I'm just going to grab that other layout and show you what that looked like. So the other layout, the other grid layout of Utah that I left spaces for photographs is here. This is going to be just a different kind of grid, but it's also going to help me, use up a bunch of things. So let's get started. So first up, I need my brochures, and so this time I'm going to take this bag of brochures, and I have a different video where I showed you how I organized my brochures. And then the next thing I need is a piece of cardstock. I should really keep cardstock right next to my desk because I'm always looking for it, it seems like, whenever I'm making a video. Oh, best laid plans. Let's just see if I have one here in my kit. I kind of don't think, that's another idea, is if you always find yourself looking for something, Like, I always seem to be looking for cardstock. Maybe I need to put some more cardstock in these kits that I make. Because I'm always like, oh, I gotta go get a piece of cardstock. Because I don't see anything like super plain Jane here, which is what I want. Yeah, hold on. Just a second. So if you have watched my videos before, you know that I turn the camera on and start going with no particular plan. So there is no forethought. And the reason for that is that I think that it is useful to see how long a layout actually takes. So I'm trying to find like a piece of either white, gray, or I found gray. I'm going to do white, gray, or craft cardstock. But I found this piece of gray, and I think that will work. It's got a pattern on the back side, but I'm not all that in love with the pattern. And I think I have more than one of those pieces of paper. So the next thing I'm going to do is go about that trick that I was telling you about with the twine. So here's some twine, and what I'm going to do is, let's do Althouse does, I should say, is she pokes holes. So I'm just wondering if I should do this with the, I'm going to do it with this. So I'm going to do, I'm just kind of putting the holes approximately where they were on this layout, like, so I can make these lines. So they're not going to be exactly. And I'm trying to make them like a little bit random, so I'm intentionally trying not to make the holes line up. Because I want it to be, and I'm also not going to use a paper trimmer. I'm just going to, like on this, I just cut the pictures so they were intentionally not lining up. Okay, so I've got the holes set with the crocodile. Just put that to the side. And now I'm just going to need some regular tape and the twine. Oops. And then I'm going to put the twine through, baker's twine is what they call this. Put the twine through the hole and then just tape it to the back. And then we'll just keep on doing that. I think I'll mix up the color a little bit because I've got two different colors of blue. So I'll use both colors of blue just for, I don't know, a little interest. Okay, so today is Tuesday. It is February 26th. Do you know that Saturday is going to be March 1st? Isn't that crazy? Like, wow. Just all goes so fast, doesn't it? So I'm just doing one. I'm putting these through, and then I'm going to do the rest of them at one time. Well, I guess I'll do them now. So I watched The Bachelor last night, and I was kind of happy that that girl, the attorney from Atlanta, she like did the fantasy suite with him, and the morning after she was like, you know, he didn't ask like one question about me. And then when she was breaking up with him, she was like, do you know what religion I am? Do you know what political party I am? Do you know what my views on social issues are? do you know how I want to raise my children? And he was just like, it's okay, it's okay. And he wasn't, you know, he didn't know any of those things about her. She's like, don't you think I was like, if you were serious about me, that you would know those things? And he was like, well, what is my religion? She was like, Catholic. And he was just like, yeah. Like, she knew about him. Like, all he wanted to do is talk about himself. Oh, that show is such a train wreck, but I do enjoy it. So you see, these aren't perfect lines. Like, they're wonky. And that's kind of the look I'm going for on this page. That might be a little more wonky than I would have liked, but it's okay. It's okay, like Juan Pablo says, right? Yeah, Juan Pablo. Oh my goodness. And then, so the girl, one of the girls, the girl that just left, Renee, she lives in Sarasota, which is just south of me, where I live. And I looked at her Instagram, and she's so pretty. Like, you know, some people on, like, if you've ever seen a local newscaster, they, you know, they look okay. They're all pretty, but they're not like, you don't think it's the most beautiful woman in the world or anything. And then you see them in real life, and you're like, oh my God, that's the most beautiful woman in the world. She's so much prettier on her Instagram feed than she looked on The Bachelor. Like, she looks really pretty. I don't know. She seems like a nice girl. She always seemed nice to everybody on the show. So now they've got the two, of course, the two that are remaining are the two that hate each other's guts. And, you know, I think he's going to pick the pediatric nurse, personally. And I think the other one, the hairdresser, is going to have a big old fit when she doesn't get picked. But we'll see. And Survivor starts tonight. So we like to watch that too. So I'm not weaving these, but I am making some of them go over and under. Just for fun. So I haven't been using my, well, I've been on vacation, but I haven't really been using my silhouette much, and I've downloaded some new designs last night, so I want to get back to using my silhouette and a Cameo cutting die. It's like an electronic die cutter. And there is, last night was not the Masterful Scrapbook Design office hours with Tiffany Tillman. It's tonight. So that's 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see how I want this to look. Okay. So I think that's going to be my top. The Utah is going to go here. And just for fun, I think I'm going to use the same letters because I believe that I have them right here in my desk drawer of flat letters, which are organized by color. So I should, yes, be able to put my hands on them easily. And I have a whole bunch of them. So here they are. Ta-da. And let's just spell Utah. Okay, so I've kind of created this kind of issue here for myself. I'm going to start with the H and work in, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll start with the U. Whatever I say, I'll just do the opposite of that. Okay, so I want that to be just a little bit under, because the other one's going to be a little bit under, just so it looks like intentional. And I'm not going to make them super wonky, but I am going to just put them a little bit not straight. So the T is a little bit lower than the U, and then I'll go back up with the A and down with the H. Not huge, like not huge wonky, but just a little bit. So there's the A is going a little bit under, and here's the H. So there is, and I think what I would like to do that I didn't do on this main layout Because here's the date, but it's not all that stand out. I'd like to have the date more prominent in this one. So I might do that with smaller letter stickers. I'm not sure. So I just put those letters back. And now let's go about cutting out some photos. So in this one, in this layout, I'm just scraplifting myself here. Photo, 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 photo. So I did what I can sort of do. And I don't have to do it exactly the same, but I'm just looking for a pencil here. I don't seem to be finding one. Okay, here's a colored pencil. This will work. So I'm just going to put a P for photo, 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 photo. And then the rest of them were brochures. There's some weird sounds outside of my house. Like big clanking, banging sounds. I don't know what that is. My father-in-law lives next door and has Alzheimer's, and well, he's undiagnosed with Alzheimer's, but that's probably what he has. And he just puts stuff in weird places now, and a lot of that is going on. So I'm just going to pick this biggest one. It's called the Salt Lake Official Visitor's Guide, and it's the thickest one. So that's a good place to start if we want to cull down all this stuff. So I like this little icon here. Oh, remember I cut those icons out? That's what I can use them on. Let me just see if I can find that. So I want to put, I'm going to try to get this little icon. And that might fit right up here because this is like kind of a weird little small space. I don't think I need the rest of this, so right in the trash. And let's see, I might already have some of this done because the other day yes I do. Ta-da! So I have, remember these? Let's pull these out. I've already cut out some of those, like some little things. They're mostly words. I think they will work. And let's also see about one lift ticket. So put that back in there, and then I want to take out one lift ticket. I think probably for Deer Valley. Oh, that's going to be too big. Yeah, somebody's like hammering out there, or something I don't know about. There's Park City 50. That's cool. That was my my lift ticket for my one-day lift ticket. So I'll use that. It's like a key card, and then you put it in like your pocket of your jacket. I've got this little pocket, and then there's like a scanner when you go on the lift. It was really cool. Okay, let's get those things, and I think this is probably going to go together pretty quickly now. Let's see. So that was designated for a picture, but that could also go there. I kind of like that there. So if I kind of like something, if you've watched me before, I think that's a pretty good time to just stick it down and not worry about it anymore. So I'm going to tape these down. And I'm okay if it like kind of goes under, you know, like it's kind of, it's not totally within that space, it's going a little bit into the other spaces, but when I put those pictures in, what I'll want to do is have something that doesn't, like I'm not going to butt up to it exactly, I'm going to probably do it like that kind of thing. Okay. So I have another tiny one. I kind of like this little odd shaped icon for the top though. So I'm just gonna, what they call fussy cut it. And I'll do a follow-up video once I get my photos back. It should be pretty soon. I put the order in with Shutterfly and I think they went out on Monday. So today is Wednesday, so I wouldn't be surprised if I got them today. Bet you I will. And then I'll do another video that just says, here's where I'm plopping in all the photos. And that should probably go pretty quick. Okay, I actually don't like the rest of these. I don't like the rest of these for that purpose, but so I'm just going to stick these back in here because maybe they'll go on something else. Now, yeah, let's just keep going with this. So here's Temple Square, and it seems like I could probably cut that. And what I want to do is it's not, on this page, it's not, I'm intentionally cutting it so it's not, like it's not a straight cut, you know what I mean? There. So that will go there. I had my husband, DVR the Tabernacle Choir for when we were actually there. We played it last night and the kids were like, I know this music. Hey, wait a minute, we've been there. Someone was like, that's the Tabernacle. He was so excited. It was really cool. It was really cool. Okay, the best of the West. Yes, Salt Lake is different. Different by nature. Nestled at the base of Wasatch Range, you are minutes from the best skiing in North America, the heart of downtown. Visitors can browse museums, blah, 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 blah. I don't necessarily like this for this page, but I kind of like this sheet. So this page is going to go back into my brochure folder or bag, but not the entire bit. Okay, so on this one I did have a map, and I like the idea of having a map, but not probably, I don't think this map. This is a map of downtown, and that's not really where we spent most of our time. This is another pretty picture, but maybe I don't do the whole bit. Maybe I just do some of it. I don't know, so that's going to just go near that, near that bag, yes. So I'm just kind of trying to eliminate and maybe choose a couple of things. You are here, Salt Lake is at your fingertips. That's kind of cute with the phone, because we used the phone a lot out there, but I'm not going to pick it. Okay, I like this. This is too big, but I'm still, this is a map of where the ski resorts are. I'm not sure that's going to work for this page, but I do like it. Okay, this too, because we did go to Alta. We didn't get to Brighton. We didn't get to Snowbird. We did get to Solitude. I'm going to just grab the stuff about it, because it tells all about it. And I could use some of these like more generic pictures. Just one, they're not really sticking out at me. Like I'm not. None of them are super exciting to me yet. I'm going to take the one on Solitude. After last ski lift. Huh. We didn't go to the zoo. So some of this stuff like just totally doesn't apply to us. So all these pages in the trash. But I think I will take the little bit about declining your family tree and the Olympic legacy. But again, not for this page. So I'm probably going to have to look at some different brochures to fill out this page. but I really think that the rest of this page, or the rest of this, what do you call it, oh, I like this. Okay. So we spent a lot of time at Deer Valley while we were there, and this says a first visit leads to an annual tradition. And we may not have an annual tradition of going back to Utah, but we do have an annual tradition of a ski trip. And so I'm not going to be able to get the first visit leads to an annual tradition, but I'm just going to say an annual, like this says an annual. Can you see this? So a first visit leads to an annual tradition. And while I would love to make Deer Valley an annual tradition, we also want to see the other states. But so I just want to say an annual tradition, and I think I can fit that into one of these slots. Maybe this one. I just need to trim it a little bit more. I don't know if I want it there. Maybe there. So even though I had a picture slotted for there, I'm not going to put a picture there after all. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the main layout, but then I think I will try to leave a spot for the picture here so it doesn't become like, where did my pencil go? I guess I put it away, huh? Put pencil out again and just put picture right there. Okay. And then I like this little flag thing that was part of I don't know if you can see that. See, it looks kind of like a different shape. So I'm looking for something that has kind of a different shape for up here. So a few people chimed in and said they really did like the looking through the brochures because it showed them like what you can kind of get rid of and what you can, wow, that's cool. Dining at Temple Square. We didn't do that, but that looks really cool. But I might use this picture for the spires. Let's see if I can fit those up there. I probably won't get all three of them in. Let's just see if I can get a couple in. I can. And I've broken off my tape. So I'm just going to go these kind of things to get stuff down quickly. Oh, this is taking longer than I thought it would. We're at 28 minutes now. Whoops. I wanted to make this layout in 15 minutes. Didn't happen. That's okay. It's important. I think it's important though to carve a little time out for yourself every day. It doesn't have to be scrapbooking, but like something that you do that brings you happiness and joy and gives you a little time to not think about time and just to focus on what you're doing. I was listening to something the other day on a podcast. It was, okay, I'm going to use this picture of the trees. This is about, might not. This is about like Park City and Deer Valley, which are two places we went to. And then we didn't go to Sundance, but so maybe I'll use this mountain picture because we did see mountains that looked like that, not those particular mountains. Let me just see if I can find a place where that could go. I'm thinking maybe right here, even though I had a picture there on my other page. Let's just see. So I don't really want the skier. I just want the mountain. I almost think like up here, then I've kind of got this like almost diagonal of photos. Like the photos are going to go, I think that's okay. Let's put it up there. Yeah, I think that's going to work out fine. So I didn't do the differently shaped thing. Whoops. It's okay. What I'm trying to do with this page is kind of give you a feel of what the state looks like, and then photos of us. So here's some of the, here we get mountains, we've got the church. It's basically, what we saw. We didn't see the arches, so I'm not going to pull those out. Really, that's what we saw while we were there. Oh, there is a map. That is what I was hoping for. So the rest of that brochure went into the trash. Here is a map, and I think that I want to put the map kind of right here. And what would be really cool is if I could get like Deer Valley and Salt Lake all in the same map. And I don't think it's going to fit in this space because it's going to be like a wider thing. See if this is a little bit smaller, so this is going to work a little bit better. I do like the map, so I'm going to save. So what I saved from that big brochure is just a few sheets. Well, maybe like, I don't know, 7. And so those are going to go back into this, but I still lightened my load a little bit, so that's good. And I want to put the map, I think, right here, and then the photos will go there. So let's just put this. We didn't go this way. Yeah, I think that's going to fit just fine. So there's my little map. And that's like less wonky than I would like, but like I was trying to cut these all like all over the place, but it's okay. I didn't. There we go. And so now I have 2 pages that have stuff from brochures that are all ready to go to add the photos to. Lots of spaces for photos. So as soon as I get the photos back, I'll be able to put them on these 2 layouts. And I've also been able to put a lot of stuff into the trash can. So I've been able to get rid of a lot of the stuff that I brought home and get those brochures onto some scrapbook pages. And hopefully it'll look something like that when I'm done. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll check back in as soon as I get the photos back. Okay, bye. I'm Katie Scott. My blog is called Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and thank you for watching.